5:02 now. Today, hundreds of CCSD students will be turning their tassels in person.
How about that? 13 Action News reporter Kelsey McFarland live from Centennial High School as the seniors and many others don their robes for graduation. Kelsey.
Yeah, really exciting day, guys. Good morning. At least 9 grad ceremonies will be happening across the valley today. And the seniors that we spoke to say they are so excited to be recognized for their hard work during a ceremony that feels closer to normal after a really difficult year. Now, there will be some social distancing guidelines in place. Masks will be required and classes will be split up to allow for smaller ceremonies. Senior Savannah Peterson, who is student body vice president at Centennial High School, says she's just excited they will have a ceremony after CCSD originally announced it wouldn't be happening. Peterson says focusing on schoolwork and keeping grades up was difficult with distance learning, and it was easy to feel isolated with many of their school's social events canceled. She added that she felt like CCSD had given up on the graduating class until now.
Finally, like something is happening. And I'm so excited. Some of the circumstances aren't ideal. We have 2 different ceremonies. I'm not graduating with my whole senior class, but honestly, I don't even care. Like, I get to walk across the stage and I get to show people that, like, I did this. I worked my butt off for 4 years, and now, like, this is my recognition for it. Like, this is what I worked for the last 4 years.
Ceremony locations for all CCSD schools include the MGM Grand Garden Arena, Orleans Arena, and Thomas and Mack Center, and they will be running through June 7th. Now, masks will be required at the graduation ceremonies, as I mentioned, but policies are changing for summer school and for the school year next year. I'll break down all of those rules for you in the next half hour. Reporting live, I'm Kelsey McFarland, 13 Action News.
All right, Kelsey, thank you so much. And a big congratulations right now to these little ones right here who put their caps and gowns on to graduate from kindergarten. These kids are part of the first graduating kindergarten class over at Rainbow Dreams Early Learning Academy on the historic West Side. The principal says their first experience was not the norm, as we know, but they still, quote, rose to the occasion with resilience and excelled. One student also shared why school is fun.
Because I learn a lot. I like everything.
Oh my God, they're so cute. Rainbow Dreams Academy has 14 classrooms and has a highly regarded STEAM program.
13 Action News is celebrating all the graduates. Congratulations, for instance, to Joshua Anthony Goins, who's graduated with honors from Faith Lutheran. Joshua will be playing football at San Diego State University, and he plans to study aerospace engineering. I want to congratulate your grads, no matter what level of school they are finishing. Like those little kindergartners, upload your graduate's picture. Tell us a little bit about them at ktnv.com/grads. We'll post your pictures online. You might even see them on TV.
What a big accomplishment. Congratulations.
Oh, that is so great. Las Vegas welcoming the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo back to Southern Nevada.
Yeah, the pandemic forced the relocation of the major event to Texas last year, and 13 Investigates reporter Joe Bartels has more on this big announcement.
1, 2, 3!
It's time for a cowboy close-up. Key figures and champions in the rodeo realm.
One more, relax your face.
Treated like rock stars with photo shoots and a helicopter tour. They're back in Las Vegas for a 2-day welcome event.
I'm excited to be back in Vegas. You know, my first year in 2019, I got to come to Vegas. Kind of got to get a feel of it, and the energy is so crazy.
The red carpet rolled out. The celebration means the rodeo returns to Las Vegas this December at the Thomas and Mack. Traditionally, it's a sellout crowd with a total attendance of close to 170,000 people over 10 days.
We believe about 64,000 of those folks come in from out of town, generating an economic impact just under $200 million for our community. You combine that with that event takes place in December, a traditionally low visitor volume period for us here in Las Vegas. It's a critically important, long-standing event that generates a tremendous economic impact.
Experts add the Cowboys not only bring cash, but the event is so popular, it spills over to many hotels and extra events.
National Finals Rodeo has become synonymous with Las Vegas. It's not just an event that's held at the Thomas and Mack Center. It's become a citywide event with activations at various hotels, Cowboy Christmas, and frankly, a lot of people come to town for the National Finals Rodeo that don't even actually attend the National Finals Rodeo.
Last December, the event moved to Arlington, Texas, amid coronavirus restrictions that prevented the event from being held with fans in the stands in Las Vegas. This year, it's a different animal.
It's been here since 1985. So I think it just belongs here, you know, just the energy of it, the crowd, they love rodeo, so I'm glad to bring it back.
Fremont Street held a special tribute under the canopy, and the Cowboys wined and dined Las Vegas style for the event that is set to return bigger and better than ever.
Joe Bartel's reporting, and the very exciting World of Concrete will be the first large trade show to return to the Valley. It's happening June 8th through the 10th at Las Vegas Convention Center.
And just in time for the show, the Las Vegas Convention Center will be the first in the world to offer a high-tech telemedicine station. You can see it on your screen here. People at the convention can use this station to connect with doctors and nurses if they don't feel well. Several other conventions are now expected to return next month and throughout the year. For a full list, head over to our website, ktnv.com.
13 Action News continues to dig for details on Monday's plane crash near Nellis Air Force Base. The coroner has now confirmed the pilot was Nicholas Hunter Hamilton, 43-year-old living in Summerlin. Hamilton was flying a contracted military-style plane owned by Draken U.S. Turns out this is not the first time one of Draken's planes had trouble in the valley. Back in 2019, plane debris fell from the sky near Nellis and Craig. Officials said a door, perhaps a panel, fell off an aircraft. It reportedly hit the roof of an apartment building. No one injured. And in 2016, a fighter jet pilot survived a crash near Nellis in a plane owned by Draken. He was role-playing with trainees from a military weapons school by pretending to be an enemy pilot. On the way back to base, he realized something was wrong and ejected from the plane before it crashed. So we still don't know what caused the crash on Monday, but we are learning more about the military's decision to use private companies for some of their aircrafts.
Retired Brigadier General Robert Novotny says budget cuts are to blame for outsourcing of aggressor squadrons. He says in 2013, billions of dollars were cut from the Air Force's budget, forcing Nellis to turn to private companies like Draken to supply aircrafts and pilots on contract. While these private planes are subject to rigorous regulatory oversight, Novotny says the jets are often generations old, like the Mirage F1 that crashed Monday.
It's just the defensive advancements that these countries have put up have made that airplane really almost just not effective in a combat environment. It's a good training platform for us, but it's probably not going into combat anytime soon.
And Novotny says it's not easy to bring back the Air Force aggressor squadron that was cut. Not only would it cost more money, but it would require more manpower as well.
Okay, the Golden Knights will have another chance to close out the series against the Minnesota Wild tonight.
And we are rooting for you. Game 6 will be played in St. Paul at 6 p.m. The Knights, they won 3 games so far. And if you want to watch Game 6 with other fans, the official watch party will be over at Red Rock Casino Pool. Party starts at 5 p.m. Should we go? You free? Are you free?
I'm gonna watch. I mean, you know, okay. Here we go. All right, it's 5:10. Good morning, Las Vegas. The pandemic forced many companies to close, but one local business was able to stay afloat. How they're bouncing back now.
And the county reopening some of its pools just in time for Labor Day, and the heat coming our way, where you can go to cool off.
Forecast is going to have us thinking about the pool. 93 today, but actually a pretty good dose of clouds at times. 96 with sun on Thursday, 97 on Friday, and yep, we finally done it. We'll time out when the triple digits hit with the 7-day planner.
And we'll get you around on this Wednesday, let you know exactly what areas to avoid, and we'll talk drive times coming up after the break.
Welcome back. The city of Las Vegas is opening up some of its outdoor pools this weekend, and it's just in time for Memorial Day. Carlos L. Martinez and Dario J. Hall Family Pool will be open from noon to 6 p.m. It's located at Freedom Park on Pecos in Washington. The Garside Pool near Torrey Pines and Alta will be open from noon to 5 p.m. And the Pavilion Center Pool on Pavilion Center Drive near Alta, that will also be open from 5 a.m. until 9 p.m.
Just the right time of spring to be thinking about the pool. We've got a lot of warmth. We think that early next week on Tuesday, we might hit the triple digits for the first time this year. Of course, if you're going to be at the pool, you got to remember your sun protection, hat, sunscreen, sunglasses, wear light colored clothing. As we move toward late morning and the early afternoon, the UV index is borderline very high. So a sunburn in about a half hour. Now that's Not as intense as it usually is because we actually have some clouds in the forecast at times this morning into the early afternoon. So the UV index is running high. It's back to very high tomorrow. Pollen is medium, air quality is moderate, little ozone out there. Here's a peek at some of this cloud coverage as we look off to the east-northeast. We've got temperatures that are currently running in the mid-70s. We'll head toward the low 90s this afternoon. Pretty average for the tail end of May. Our planner paints the picture here of, at times, a mostly cloudy sky, especially later this morning into the middle of the day. That'll make our noon temperature of 87, I think, feel pretty good. There will be a little bit of a southwest breeze. We got it out there this morning. It may slacken a little late morning into the midday before it picks back up this afternoon. And the sun comes back this afternoon, which is what gets us up to a high of 93. 96 tomorrow, 97 on Friday. We are tracking a little bit of wind, 25-mile-per-hour gusts this afternoon, and then a view 20-mile-per-hour gust Thursday into Friday. Should be clear as a bell tonight. Last night, early this morning, as we were trying to see that total lunar eclipse, it was too cloudy here locally, but tonight looks clear, down to a low of 70. So we'll track the mid-90s through your weekend. A little bit of a breeze on Saturday. Then I wanted to give you a first alert about upper 90s on Monday and 100 a possibility Tuesday, June the 1st. Once we get up to that triple-digit territory starting Tuesday of next week, looks like next week's going to be hot. Highs might get up as warm as 105 next week. So Zora, June is when things usually start to heat up around here. Things this morning, though, on the roads, kind of lukewarm, kind of cool. How are we doing out there?
They're heating up, and hey, that warm up is going to be perfect for the pool weather. Are there some water bugs at your house, Justin? Do your kids like to swim?
Oh yeah, we do like to swim. We are little water bugs.
I call mine a little water bug. He's been in the pool almost every day that it's been sunny and over 80. So as we take a look at the roads, they're also warming up. It's a great day to get out there, a great time to get out there as well as things start to warm up. You want to avoid all of those crashes. It looks like we have a stalled vehicle here, 15 at Bonanza, so just watch out for that. As we take a look at other areas around the valley, here's a look at the 15 north and south at Flamingo this morning. Nice and clear conditions. No crashes in this area. No crashes really being reported around the valley, which is great news. So once again, if you need to head out, now's the time to get out there before any of that mess comes. So as we take a look at the spaghetti bowl, we're still seeing green this morning, no red, no yellow, no orange. And as we take a look at areas for folks that are coming from Summerlin, or if you're coming from Henderson, from either direction, you should be a-okay as you head out the door. We'll talk more traffic coming up in a little bit.
All right, Zora, a Las Vegas company faced some unique challenges due to the pandemic, but they're thanking customers for helping them keep their doors open.
13 Action News anchor Trisha King shows you how a local family fun center was able to rebound.
Welcome to Axe Monkeys near Eastern and Sunset. Inside this 14,000 square foot facility are 24 socially distant lanes where you can throw axes and knives.
This family fun center is owned by hypnotist and comedian Anthony Cools. His show recently closed after 25 years of performing here in Las Vegas. And when that happened, he hired his opening act, Steve Falcon, as general manager.
This was a tremendous opportunity for me to come in, help him out through COVID, and also help me out because it gave me a place to show up and work.
Steve says there were some challenges, along with having to sanitize the facility and follow COVID safety guidelines. They ran into issues getting their unique targets.
They actually come from the California forest. So this year became a little bit difficult for us because all the logging was shut down. So it took us quite a while to source our targets.
Fortunately, they've been able to replenish their supply. Steve says they use logs for safety reasons.
A lot of axe throwing places are throwing into plywood, and plywood is, those axes come bouncing right back. And those are the videos that you see. You know, we're throwing into logs, and when the axe hits the log, if it doesn't stick, it just drops to the ground 99% of the time.
Safety is, of course, key for any place letting you throw an axe for fun.
Everybody can do it. I mean, you know, we have 7-year-old children throwing axes under supervision. We've got senior citizens of all strength levels doing this.
Steve says it really is fun for the entire family, and they're thankful for every person who walks through the doors.
We love the fact that the communities embrace the business. The locals kept this place alive during COVID.
For 13 Action News, I'm Trisha Keene.
Lena says she's deadly at that. This morning, MGM Grand's buffet is reopening. The buffet will be back open from 7 for breakfast. It costs $25.99 a person. Kids age 5 and under, hey, they eat for free. The buffet will be open Thursdays through Mondays, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Safety protocols will be in place to try to protect guests and employees as well.
Flicks on the Field is back. The Las Vegas ballpark hosting its popular event this week. On Friday, they'll be showing Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. You'll be able to take a picture with Spruce the Goose and Aviator. Gates will open up at 6 p.m. with the movie starting off at 7 p.m. Now, seats are being sold in pods of 6 still, and tickets are $9 and on sale right now. Field seating is first come, first served.
No, seriously, I got to try that. I haven't.
It's pretty exhausting. I know, we're still talking about the axe thing. It's really tiring. You get really sweaty, but it's a lot of fun with all your friends.
Looks like it's pretty safe,
It's hard.
too.
It's really hard, too.
I can believe it. All right, good morning, Las Vegas. As more people travel, all eyes are on the rise of unruly passengers. What the DHS secretary has to say about the matter.
And we have a look at some of the shows you can catch tonight right here on Channel 13. 8 o'clock, Press Your Luck. At 9, the $1,000 Pyramid, followed by A Million Little Things. Then stick with us for 13 Action News live at 11. Welcome back. With more people flying, the FAA says the number of fights between airline workers and passengers are on the rise.
ABC's Gio Benitez has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In-flight chaos. With more than 37 million people expected to travel for Memorial Day, 2.5 million by air, all eyes are on those rising encounters between passengers and airline workers. The numbers are concerning. The FAA receiving about 2,500 reports of unruly passengers since the start of the year, 1,900 of them refusing to wear masks.
Let me be clear in underscoring something. Will not tolerate behavior that violates the law.
And all this unruly behavior isn't just happening on planes. Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll tell you about the increased number of assaults on TSA employees happening before flights even take off. With your GMA First Look, I'm Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
I'm now 5:25. Good morning, Las Vegas. Ccsd making changes to their mask policy. When those changes will go into effect.
Plus, getting the stages ready for Las Vegas to return to full capacity. Coming up, how the Strip is making a comeback.
Action News. Good morning, Las Vegas.
Some Ccsd students will be able to ditch the mask as they get into summer and next year classes. I break down those new rules for you still ahead.
A new vaccine milestone. Clark County making major strides in the fight against COVID-19.
Is it legal for companies to ask about vaccination status? Why HIPAA rules may not apply.
And we continue to celebrate 65 years. Today we take it back to the early 2000s and how Channel 13 covered some of the biggest stories.
Today is Dunkin' Iced Coffee Day. You can get your caffeine and support a good cause. A portion of sales from every iced coffee sold will benefit the Dunkin' Joy in Childhood Foundation. Its mission to bring joy to kids battling hunger or illness. Within the past year, the foundation has supported local organizations like 3 Square Food Bank.
It's very nice. I think all of us needs a little caffeine
Yeah,
boost
boy, I
this
tell you,
morning.
I don't like coffee. I don't even like cold coffee, but good morning, Las
Today
Vegas.
you might go for it because we're all tired.
I'll have Dave's if he doesn't want.
I know. I'll take it too. Sorry, you're watching Good Morning Las Vegas. Dave's here, Zora's here, Justin's here, I'm here. We are going to take a look at the weather in just a second. But Zora, you are starting us off with traffic conditions. What's going on?
Yeah, we're dunking right into the traffic conditions this morning. But happy Wednesday. All right, as we take a look at the roadways, here's the 15 where it meets the 215. I wanted to show this area because there was a closure earlier for the on-ramp that takes you from the 215 headed eastbound to the 15 northbound. That now back open. So we have a steady flow of traffic here. Thankfully, no crashes, nice and clear conditions. I also wanted to point out we do have a car still stalled here. This is 15 at Bonanza. I did see a tow truck pull up to it, then they left, so not sure what that situation is, but just watch out for that as you head out the door this morning. As we take a look at the valley as a whole, we're still seeing nice and green conditions at this half hour. No major problems on the roadways. The Spaghetti Bowl looking nice and clear. So Justin, I've seen lots and lots of sunshine and warmth on your forecast. What is it looking like going into Memorial Day weekend?
Hot is the name of the game as we head toward the weekend. Temperature is going to be a little above average, which in late May means hot, and we'll have more sunshine as we think ahead to the holiday weekend. But today we actually start off partly to mostly cloudy. It was enough cloud coverage to kind of spoil that super flower blood moon eclipse earlier this morning. And the clouds kind of with us at times through the middle of the day. Here we are at noon, and even a sprinkle being suggested out toward Lake Mead. We don't have an official rain chance in the forecast, and I'm confident we'll pop back into some sun as the afternoon wears on. But it's a mild morning whenever you've got clouds at night and early in the day. It usually keeps your temperatures up. So we start in the mid 70s. We'll finish around 93 at McCarran. You can see partly to mostly cloudy weather through midday, 88 at noon. And then with more sun this afternoon, we'll see those highs in the low 90s. Guys, kind of breezy today with a few gusts of 15 to 25 miles per hour. We'll see how quickly it heats up the rest of the week coming up in a second.
All right, Justin, some CCSD students and staff members will soon be able to ditch the mask. School district says the change in policy goes into effect June 1st.
We have 13 Action News reporter Kelsey McFarland live right now to break down the rules for kids of different ages. Good morning, Kelsey.
Kalina, Dave, good morning. Yeah, the school district's new mask policy comes a few weeks after Governor Sisolak dropped the mask mandate for Nevadans who are fully vaccinated. Now, today marks the end of the school year, so these changes will be in effect for summer school and for next school year. A breakdown of some of those rule changes: staff members who are fully vaccinated are not required to wear masks. Now, masks will be optional for students in pre-K through third grade. Fourth and fifth graders are still required to wear masks, but they are optional for students in grades 6 through 12 who have been fully vaccinated. Students and staff will still be required to wear one on school buses and graduation ceremonies, which begin today. Now, these changes will also be in play for school programs like SafeKey during the summer months. The district will offer the program in 24 schools the entire month of June. The program runs before and after school, with the cost ranging from $3 to $8 per day. Now, if your student is not enrolling in any sort of summer school classes, we also have registration links for summer camps if you'd like to get them active during these summer months. All of those links for you on ktnv.com. Reporting live, I'm Kelsey McFarland, 13 Action News.
All right, Kelsey, thank you. Moderna now says its vaccine is safe for kids between the ages of 12 and 17. The company says its vaccine produced a similar response to what's seen in adults. Now, the trial did not aim specifically to find out how effective the vaccine was in young people, but none of the kids got sick after receiving a second dose, according to the trial there. Now, this comes after the FDA approved the Pfizer vaccine for kids 12 to 15.
And hey, there's a new local milestone in the fight against COVID-19.
More than 1 million first doses of the vaccine have been given out right here in Clark County. It's only been 6 months since the first doses started arriving here to southern Nevada. Health districts still encouraging everyone, as we know, to get their vaccine, and everyone 12 years and older now eligible.
Several vaccine clinics are open this week. Today there's one at the Rafael Rivera Community Center from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tomorrow at Palace Station, 9 a.m. to noon, and Whitney Recreation and Senior Center from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Friday, you can head to the Crossing Church, also from 2 to 4. And if you can't make it to any of those events, but you want a shot, we have links to help you make an appointment on our website. Go to ktnv.com/COVID-19.
Well, as companies start requiring workers to be vaccinated, some are now wondering whether or not it's legal for companies to ask about vaccination status. Now, some are citing the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, which protects personal health information from being shared by a healthcare provider. Legal experts, though, are saying when it comes to vaccines, different rules apply.
It's not going to protect or prevent an employer from asking you, because an employer is not being defined as what's called a covered entity under HIPAA, which is, like I said, usually a healthcare provider or like an insurance provider.
This specific vaccine. Now, the only way this could really be considered a HIPAA violation is if your boss or company called up your doctor and asked about your vaccination status and your doctor shared that.
Well, the new millennium brought a big boom, fears of a terrorist attack, and some of the most memorable court cases in Las Vegas history.
It also ended with the recession. And as we continue to celebrate 65 years of storytelling, 13 Action News shows you how we covered the rise and fall of the 2000s.
Early 2000s to the mid 2000s felt like a real boom time. I got here, you had the sense the streets were paved with gold, and it was just a land of opportunity. It's like the gold rush, people moving west all over again.
It was still a town where everybody knew everybody, and it was still a town where you could put a call into, let's say, a Phil Ruffin or a Steve Wynn, and you would get a call back.
The town itself wasn't nearly as big as it is right now. The entire southwest part of the valley was just barren open desert.
Contact 13's Trisha Keen is here now with the latest on Wall Street's reopening. Not a good day on Wall Street.
No, not a good day at all. I started literally 7 days before September 11th.
As the search and rescue efforts continue at the World Trade Center site, the investigation into who's behind the attacks is moving forward. You're looking now at a live picture from New York City.
It was a really scary time during 9/11. Las Vegas was vacant on the Strip. I never thought I would see that. The casinos were open, they weren't shut down like pandemic, but there were no tourists coming here.
Occupancy at local hotels was down about 30%, according to the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. Also, roughly a dozen conventions and meetings have canceled, the biggest one totaling 18,000 people.
The concern back then was that Las Vegas would be a target, and there was talk that they wanted to fly planes into the hotels at the time. And so we were a high alert city, and it was a very, very concerning time.
I started June 17th of 2003. So there was the Margaret Rudin trial.
Why would someone want to kill Ron?
I wish I could answer that. I wish I could.
There was the Sandy Murphy, Ted Binion murder trial that was happening. That lasted for quite a few weeks. I wasn't actually part of the Jessica Williams trial, but I do remember that day very vividly.
Dr. Mark Chambers used various charts and graphs to show that based on the schedule Williams kept as an exotic dancer, her body's sleep rhythms made her highly vulnerable to falling asleep at the exact time of day when the crash occurred.
I got the call, they knew where I was going. Hey, can you fly? There's 5 kids that were killed along I-15 up by the Speedway. At that point, you have to stop what you're doing and realize what the nature of the event is.
I started as the Contact 13 consumer advocate investigations and a backup anchor to our primary anchor.
Contact 13's Trisha Keen has the details.
HUD hopes the plan will take the cheating and confusion out of home mortgage settlements. We uncovered a lot of scams that were happening here in the Valley. When we would see consistent complaints come in through the hotlines, the viewers tipped us off to what was happening, and then we would go out and do those stories. I still have viewers to this day who reach out to me and thank me for things that I did 20 years ago, and they can't forget.
When I moved here, it was in 2004, and there was a housing boom. I mean, people were literally lining up to get a house here, and it was competitive.
All the home construction and everything was just going super strong. Of course, and this was just a year before we had the big real estate crash.
People were losing their homes. Homes were, getting foreclosed for, people who just couldn't stay in them anymore and didn't have the option of refinancing.
Across the board, businesses were cutting back, and we're not immune to that, and laying people off, and cut back significantly in 2008. So it was a scary time.
You had to just let go of your home. People were short selling.
And if you study the history of Las Vegas, whether it's things that cause a drop in tourism like 9/11, other stock market crashes and bubbles, that Las Vegas always seems to come back stronger.
What a cool story.
Boy.
Oh my goodness, doesn't that take you back?
So many of those are huge court cases.
Yeah.
They went on for months and months.
Quite some time.
Yeah.
It was nice seeing Trisha share her story. You might have remembered Dana. She was former anchor right here on the morning show.
Right.
She was in that story as well. So it's nice seeing some familiar faces share their
Yeah.
stories there. Well, hey, you can keep learning about the KTNV family, how we cover the biggest stories in the Valley over the decades over on KTNV.com.
And tune in to our 65th anniversary special that's coming up Friday, May 28th, 10 p.m. right here on Channel 13 and your favorite streaming device.
All right, good morning, Las Vegas. Coming up, student loan payments will resume later on this year. How you can start preparing.
Google debuting a new health app, the conditions it'll be able to identify.
It's not super common for us to wake up to plenty of clouds here in Las Vegas in the springtime. That's the case this Wednesday morning. And more clouds than sun if you're considering the pool a high of 93. Warming up with more sun the rest of the week. I'm tracking our first threat of 100-degree heat in your 7-day planner.
And I'm getting you around on this Wednesday. We'll let you know any problem spots or construction to avoid as you head out the door.
Sneaking up on 5:45. Look at this sunrise. It's a good one. Kind of rare for us to have this many clouds, and they're actually mid-level clouds, not just those thin, wispy high ones around 18,000 feet. Of course, these clouds are the reason that we couldn't really see the superflower blood moon total lunar eclipse early this morning. That's okay. 77 degrees is the temperature. Hey, last day of school, so school drop-off. Watch out for the kiddos. I know at our elementary school, no backpacks, and the kids are really excited about that. So just watch out in the school zones this morning. We're in the mid and upper 70s with some partly cloudy conditions. It's a half day where our kiddo goes, so he'll be out before lunchtime. It'll be in the mid 80s then. We'll talk about the afternoon heat and the big warm up in the 7-day planners or in just a moment.
All right, and for our school kiddos that are heading out to school this morning, you should have a nice and easy commute for our parents who are dropping them off. We have no crashes reported at this hour. Great news. As we take a look at areas, you'll start to see a little congestion there along the 15, so watch out for that north and southbound. As we take a look at the Spaghetti Bowl, no congestion here, so that's really good news as we get ready to head out the door this morning. Same story for my folks that are maybe commuting from Summerlin or Henderson. You should have a nice and smooth commute, so we'll talk more traffic coming up.
All right, Zora, thank you. The COVID grace period on student loans is set to end on October 1st, so it's really important to get all of your things in order right now.
According to a survey from Student Loan Hero, 55% of borrowers say they're not confident they'll be able to afford their payments in October, but an advantage to preparing now could mean avoiding consequences to loans you may have paid late in the past.
If any of them are delinquent or in default, those are the loans you really want to attack first. And the best thing you can do is rehabilitate them or come up with a plan to rehabilitate them before the suspension ends.
If your income has changed, make sure you get that information to your loan provider. You should receive a notice from your student loan provider soon about payments resuming. IKEA has recalled some bowls, plates, and mugs because of a possible burn hazard. The products can become brittle and break when they're heated. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says more than 100,000 of them were sold in the U.S. Several dozen of them broke. 4 people were hurt, with 2 needing their injuries treated.
All right, the NFL announced fans will be allowed to attend training camp this year. The league also announced that 28 of 30 teams will be allowed to welcome crowds back at full capacity at games. And fans are ready to watch those games in person. A spokesperson for the NFL says the league has seen a 90% renewal rate for season ticket owners. Ocean sports athletes will soon be back in action in Hawaii. Hawaii's governor announced ocean sports like surfing, canoe paddling, and swimming can start off again June 1st. The governor said an increase in vaccinations among residents was the reason he loosened up those restrictions. Governor said ocean sports are more than